Hey everyone, it is LaDonna with Happy Go Lowry's Creations, and we're back in the kitchen today. We are using up the rest of that rhubarb, and we are going to make rhubarb cheesecake bars. I will tell you that the cookies, the first batch, too done for me, almost burnt tasting. So for me, the second batch, I actually did 6 minutes, but I did not put them on the bottom. And this is how they came out. And you can see on the bottom, no burn, no nothing, and very soft and chewy. So let's get to this. I have the oven preheated to 350. You are going to need a 1.25 cups of flour, a 1/2 cup of oats. Yes, I measured this on the right one. I just don't have enough measuring cups, so I had to steal it. A 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar, butter, butter is cold, so let me grab that quick. It's got to be cold butter for this recipe. So we're going to grab a stick of butter real quick. And I use salted butter. You can use whatever. And then we have a pack of cream cheese. Well, I could just eat this like that. It's softened. It's been out on here for a little bit. And then you got 3/4 of a cup of sugar. You have salt, cinnamon, nutmeg. Got to put some nutmeg. Did I have it turned the right way? Yes. Nutmeg. I had to go buy vanilla, so we have vanilla. And the brown sugar I had to buy yesterday. And then, of course, the rhubarb. So, the first thing that you want to do is turn your oven on, 350. We are going to mix the oats, the flour, the brown sugar, and then cut in the butter. This, I'm going to use one of my favorite bowls. These I've had since when I first got married, so these are from back in 1984, y'all. So we are going to just mix in your oats, brown sugar. We're going to need to cut this, and if you don't have a pastry cutter, I use the knives. That's how I was taught in school. So like way back in the olden days for you young kids, that's how we did it. And then we're going to do the flour. And I'm just going to stir this up before I add the cold butter in. Now you could do this with your hands too if you wanted. It's totally up to you. And then we're going to take a stick of butter, which is this is a 1/2 cup. It'll tell you right here. This equals a 1/2 cup. So that is what we are going to do. And it says to cut it up into cubes. And the reason that you do this is so when the butter, when you put this in the oven and it bakes, there's air pockets that makes your crust light and fluffy and delicious. Same reason that a lot of times you'll see a recipe like for pie dough and stuff call for ice cold butter. That's why. So we're just gonna do this. And I just did wash my hands, so y'all don't fret. I put my hair up so I won't touch my hair. So let's throw that in there. And then, like I said, you're just going to cut your butter. You're going to cut your butter into your flour. And this is, I can show you, hang on, put you up a little bit, turn you down. So you can see, this is just cutting the butter. So of course now I turned on the oven. My apartment is warm, so I turned on the air, so it'll be cool enough for us to sleep tonight, because we have to get up at the crack of dawn tomorrow, which we hate, but it's, you know, every place has cut all the hours and everything for everyone, so just gonna keep cutting this. You just kind of want to put your two knives together when you cut it in a crisscross manner. I do not think I have a crumb cutter anymore. No, I do not. Because I would show you how you can do it with that too. But this, I think, takes like forever. And I would have did this off camera, but some people don't know what cutting the butter, cutting it in means. So I just want to make sure y'all know. And then you can also, to me, this is a lot easier how to do it. Is just get your hands in here. And you're crumbling the butter and the oats and flour all together. I love the smell of oats. And it does say to use old-fashioned oats. I did not have old-fashioned oats. I only have quick oats, but I'm sure they will be just fine because I've done things like this before with them. And you can see this gets done a lot quicker. And you just want that butter to be like the size of like little peas. So to me, this is an easier way to do it. One of the things that I like about cooking, like especially or baking, when I'm doing bread, you can get your hands right in there. When you do meatloaf, I always just put my hands right in there too. I know, it's one of those things. Some people don't like to do it. And like for me, I don't mind getting my hands dirty, and I don't mind getting my hands in dirt, but I don't like my hands to be muddy. So like I said, we're just going to make sure that this is crumbly, and then you're going to take one of these measuring cups, and we are going to take a cup out. And then we're going to move the baby back. We're going to take this and put this into a 9x9 square pan. I'm going to just pat this down. Slide this over here. And see, you could do this part like with a cup or something, upside down cup. But I find just get in there and do it, okay? It's okay. You can get in here and just do it, okay? So, hang on. Gotta wash. Okay, so we're going to press it in. And then we are going to set this off to the side. We're going to take our mixer and we're going to put the paddle on. You would not believe how much I use this KitchenAid. I love this thing. When I had my kids with me, I used it even more. Have you guys ever put like your chicken or pulled pork in there to separate it? Yep, you can do that. You can shred with the paddle on here and get all that luscious cream cheese out. I love cream cheese, y'all. My daughter-in-law, she always would yell to my son, "Babe, your mom's eating the cream cheese right out of the container, off the paper." I didn't see what the big deal was. I like cream cheese, you know. So, you know, you're gonna lock it, turn it on, and I'm going to slide these down a little bit. And then we're going to slide you guys in here. And now you're going to add the cream cheese, your sugar, and you're going to just let this go. Now you're going to grab your spices, which I have to move my recipe back up. So you're going to add a teaspoon of salt. And I actually thought yesterday that stuff was a little bit too salty. So I'm actually going to only use a half. And when I use a product, I like to put it off to the side so that I know I used it. And we're going to do a half of cinnamon. And we're going to go down for the ground nutmeg. You can ground fresh nutmeg. I don't have any fresh to ground. And then we are going to do, when we're ready for the vanilla, that's a half of vanilla. And do we want to add the vanilla yet? Yeah, we can already, we're just going to let this go. And you can see it's just all luscious and creamy. So once you have this, then you want to turn it down. You are going to add in an egg that you've beaten. Get that all in there. And the eggs and cream cheese were all at room temperature. Of course, the butter was not. Now, if you guys are in Anago, I'm telling you, look at this. This vanilla, like I asked the guy like 3 times if he could check this for me. This was ringing up at $1.87. Now, the roll right next to it, same one, was $5.87. And I said, "Are you sure?" And I double checked. It says, you know, the pure vanilla. So I'm like, okay, we're going to add the vanilla. If I can get it to open. I don't know why they have to make this stuff so hard to get into. Oh, that's right, because some stupid had to wreck everything before, so. That was a little too much. We don't waste, okay? Throw that over here so we know that we've used it. Get that incorporated in there really well. And then we're slowly going to fold in your rhubarb. We're going to go make sure that this is scraped down the sides. Just want to make sure that it is. And now we're going to scrape off as much as we can. Remove this. And I really like to put all of the stuff together, clean this part up as I go. If I was at home, or if I wasn't live, I would start a sink full of water, but y'all don't want to hear that or see that. So we're just going to set it over here. And aren't these bowls so cute? These little bowls are from the Dollar Tree. I wanted something more lightweight for my son to be able to use, because sometimes he has to sit and hold his stuff if he's not at his computer desk. So we're just going to gently fold this in, and then the easy part, see if I can show you this being dumped. Sorry, it's really hard to not get my big fat arm in your way. Okay, so now you're just gonna spread this out. Oh, this is going to be luscious. I'm just telling you. And then you're going to take that little bit that you left out before, and you're just going to sprinkle that on the top. And then we're going to throw this in the oven. And I will tell you in a minute for how long. So you're going to bake until about 40 minutes. The filling needs to be set. You're going to cool on a wire rack for 1 hour. Refrigerate until cold. And then you cut into the squares. Turn on our light. I'm going to put it to 40. And we're going to start it at 40, and we're going to see. We're just going to see how it does at 40. And then we will check it from there, and that's what we're going to do. And I hope that you guys like watching me do a little bacon. And I'm going to just clean this all up. Hey, Sharon. Oh, you got a strawberry rhubarb pie at festival? Ah. You know, it's so funny because you either love or hate rhubarb. There's like not a big in between. And I know a lot of people will add the strawberries to the rhubarb so that it's not so tart. But when I had the rhubarb sitting here in the bowl, I actually put a little bit of sugar on it so that it can start to just sweeten that up just a little bit, because Jason and I said we could hardly taste. And these cookies that I did yesterday, you could hardly taste the rhubarb. And I even put more in than what it said. You can tell this is mine. I just keep picking it up and showing you guys. But look how soft this is. Yeah, and it had just a little brown on the edge. And then look at this. It's just a nice dough. But to me, they tasted a little salty. So we cut that recipe where we cut the salt down on this one. And besides, we're cutting our salt out. So I will show you this. If you guys are wondering, this one is from the Taste of Home recipe. Just got it from here. Let me see if I can see. They show a picture of it. Of course, when you want to see the picture, you know, you can't ever see just the picture of it. So, yeah, this was, I'm hoping that they'll be really good, because I love rhubarb and I love to bake. I know, I used to grow it all the time too, Sharon, over there on Jackson and Maple. And we would just, you know, eat it right there. And it's just so weird. Like, when I was cutting it, it took all I could do. Oh, look, like a little piece is left. Just not to eat it raw like that. Oh, yep, a lot of people do that tapioca too. In there too. So, I'm hoping this is going to turn out better. But Jason's sugar dropped twice last night. So, I gave him one of these cookies so he could have something nice. That's one of the treats that he gets when his blood sugar drops. He gets a little apple juice and then some protein. And if it still doesn't pop up right away, he gets a little, like, something sweet, because otherwise he doesn't get sweet. So, I hope that you guys will, I'll show you a picture of these when they are done. And like I said, this is Taste of Home. This is the rhubarb cheesecake squares is what they call it. Not bars, but squares. So, I hope that you guys will check it out. And like I said, if you like it, you know, I'll show you a picture. Always give me a thumbs up if you can. Don't forget to like, follow, and share, and subscribe. And I do appreciate it so much. Y'all have a... Oh, Sharon, let me tell you. It's hard sometimes. Because I can't imagine him needing someone to help him to do everything right now. I can't imagine that, because... You know, he takes after his mama, and, you know, we're a little bullheaded and stubborn, and we like to do everything ourselves. So, that being said, you know, at least he's agreed to use the wheelchair and stuff while he's home, so that, you know, he doesn't fall anymore. So I hope that this all works out, and yeah, I can't wait for these to get out of the oven, because I'm like, woo! To me, it just sounds like it could be so good. So I want to turn this around, and I want to show you real quick. I'm going to take you off. This is what, if you, I want to see if the camera will see. If you feed them, they will come. And on my dishwasher. The dirty dishes are looking at me dirty again. I just love being able to play with that. And it's nice because that is chalk and it will come off. So y'all have a great night. We have 35 minutes, but we can't cut into them for a long time. Ugh. So like I said, they bake for 40 minutes. Then you let them cool on a rack for an hour. And you refrigerate them, and then it's best to wait 2 hours before you cut them. I'm actually taking these, half the cookies and half of the bars to dialysis tomorrow, so that the person that gave me the rhubarb, she can enjoy it too. So you guys have a great night, and I will chitty chat with you all later. And don't forget, my name is LaDonna. This is Happy Go Lowry's Creations, and we'll chitty chat with y'all later. Bye now.